What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video review for a great new series that is going to be of episode 12 from season 1 for NBC's The Blacklist. This one is called The Alchemist. Right, so this is one series that I checked out in the fall and I just could not stop watching it. The Blacklist, an awesome, awesome series. If any of you who are watching this, subscribers or whatever, have not checked out The Blacklist and you're looking for another cool TV series to check out, it is really amazing. It's a really great series. We get 22 episodes per season. Season 1, where this is episode 12, The Alchemist. And then, of course, season 2 is going to be another 22 episodes. So that's a lot of episodes, obviously a lot of content coming out. And basically the form in which the show has been following, this episode is no different, is essentially each episode we go through, we have a new blacklister, they call it. Essentially in this one it's The Alchemist, and they basically, you have Liz and the FBI, they're going to work together to essentially take down this blacklister. Each episode we pretty much get a new blacklister, and then we continue episodically with the next episode with another new blacklister. Basically each one will see Liz and the FBI essentially take them down for the most part. Usually they end with somewhat happy endings, even though there are a good amount of innocent bystanders and victims that do fall victim to, the blacklister in which each episode they're facing, basically. And that's pretty much the formula the show's been following throughout the first season, with this episode being no different. Now, I haven't done reviews for any of the other episodes after the first two. I have watched them all, but I haven't done reviews of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reviewing this series, every episode, if I'll start to do that. It is a lot to commit to because there's 22 episodes a season, even though I do think it is really, really high quality. This episode, so what I'll do is every time I get a chance to, I'll go ahead and post a review for a random episode, basically, or episodes that really stand out to me. This one was a really solid episode. This rest of this review will contain spoilers. Basically, this blacklister, The Alchemist, his skill or his business or his talent, so to speak, is that he can essentially take a person and transform them into someone else. Basically, he can even swap their DNA, or seemingly so that when the FBI or the authorities go ahead and after that person is recovered, the dead body is recovered, and they do DNA samples and try to ID the person, it will essentially, after he's done with them, they will ID as the person who he wants them to. So he can take, for example, 2 or 3 innocent people, innocent strangers, he can lure them in, he can knock them out, and he can transform them into another person that wants to be essentially off the record. So if somebody is a mob boss or something, or is a fugitive and the FBI or the authorities are after them, then he can take a regular person and he can basically transform them into this person that wants to disappear, and then he can put them into an airplane and crash the plane or something, so that when the authorities come and find out who was actually there, they take the people that were there who died and they ID them. They will ID them as the wrong person, or as this person that wants to disappear, this fugitive that wants a new identity and wants to be off the grid entirely, so they stop being tracked, or whatever the case may be, they want to just disappear. So fake their death, so to speak. So interesting plot, interesting idea. I like the idea of the character, sort of like a mad scientist type guy. The look of the actor, he doesn't look like, you would think. He's a very clean-cut looking type guy, and we see some cool scenes with him kind of sabotaging and trying to protect himself. We get to find out a little bit about him as a blacklister. Turns out he has a wife and a daughter. They are quickly put in jeopardy as a result of what he's doing, and when the FBI catches his scent, and Red sort of turns their attention to this guy, and they eventually track him down and do take him into custody, or, well, they get his list, so to speak, and things don't end so well for him, but they end well for Liz and Red and the rest of our main cast of characters. So it's a good idea, it's a good plot, it's a cool idea for this blacklister, I think, and I think that they're doing a good job of coming up with these unique blacklister villain type characters, one episode at a time, episodically, and I look forward to season 2 being pretty much the same thing, with lots of different unique type characters that that have really interesting skills or are really twisted or black market type characters. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the Alchemist himself. Thought he was a really cool villain. Really liked the storyline. Thought the ending was really exciting with the whole standoff thing between the whole SWAT team and everything, and him inside that convenience store, was it, with the hostages he has, his daughter, his wife, everything like that. Thought he was a great villain. Thought this was a good episode as a result. Going to give it an 8 out of 10. Of course, the other developments aside from the Alchemist himself is that Malik, we find out, Red has tracked her down, and she is a mole inside the FBI, or seemingly so anyway, according to what she says. As he's got a gun on her. We'll see the resolution of that, I assume, next episode, or at least the next step in what's going to happen with her. I tend to think that she's not going to be killed off just like that. I'm sure Red's got some kind of plan or something, the whole let's talk thing. We'll see what happens with her. And I do like, too, that even though you have episodic elements to it, which you kind of have to because it's 22 episodes a season, we also have overarching stories, too, so that it's not just like one episode starts, it ends, and then we go with the next one. There are other things that are happening around, with the relationships of the characters. You have Red, who's involved with his situation changing, with how the FBI, reacts to him, how they treat him, how they cooperate with him. And you do have, Liz and her husband and everything that's happening with them, possible love interest for him starting this episode, and all these overarching stories that are kind of merged together with the episodic Blacklister each episode formula. So I do like that. I don't know if there's any other way they could really do it with 22 episode seasons aside from having that type of formula. I think it's a good idea and it makes sense, but I do like to see more overarching stories. I'd like to see more overarching villains. Hopefully we will see something like that later on. And the more we can find out about Red, I find it the more interesting. Favorite characters of the series right now definitely would have to be Red. Liz is okay. I think she's a decent character. Let's see. Malik's cool as a result of what's been happening with her. Wrestler, I think he's okay. We're starting to see a little bit more about him, things being fleshed out about him, and a little bit more development from him. But I'd like to see a lot more from some of the other characters and cast on the show. We all know Red is badass. Liz is okay. I want to see some more from some of the other characters and see some more stronger overarching villains come in. Even though we've seen a few starting, I can't wait to see more. So it is a great series. I enjoyed this episode. I've been enjoying all the episodes from this season. And like I said, here and there, I may do some reviews for the series, even though I won't commit at this time to doing a review of every episode, because 22 is a lot. That's a lot of episodes for me to review, and I don't know if all of them are worth it. But this one was a good one, so it was worth it. So really cool series, man. Let me know what you guys thought about The Alchemist, the episode itself, and what you think about the Blacklist, what you think about the characters, and the way they've kind of spliced it between a formulaic, episodic show and one that also has the overarching storylines and development at the same time. Kind of like a hybrid of both, which is pretty good. I mean, I like that, even though I do prefer overarching stories that cover many episodes rather than just one. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the Blacklist and all the things I talked about. Like I said, I'm giving this episode, The Alchemist, an 8 out of 10, and I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. If you want to see more Blacklist videos, let me know. Reviews and discussion topics. And this is Trev saying peace.